we are going to begin by squaring both sides. So we are going to square 2 right here. Then do the same at this end here. So when we square this, what are we going to get? We are going to get x minus 2 and plus the square root of x, that is at the left hand side, and at the right hand side we are going to arrive at 4 here. Then separate the root, separate this root from the non-square roots, which means we have 4. So transfer minus 2 to this point here becomes plus 2. This is x, it becomes minus x right here. Then the next phase is for us to add up this. That gives 6 minus x. It is time for us to square both sides again. So if we square both sides, we are going to have root x squared. Then we'll square this other side too. That gives x to be equals to 6 squared is 36. Then minus x squared is plus x squared. Then 2 times 6 is 12. Then this is 12x. So we have minus 12x right here. Then the next case is for us to bring all the terms together and equate it to 0. So we have our x squared minus 12x. And this is plus. When it's crossing to this other side, it becomes minus x, which is minus 1x. Then this is plus 36. We are now going to equate it to 0 because it is a quadratic equation. Then the next stage is x squared minus, if we simplify this one here, we are going to get minus 13x, then plus 36 equals to 0. So how do we factorize this? This is factorizable, right? We are going to look for 2 numbers that will add up to give minus 13 and multiply to give 36. So remember, just fix your x here. So what are those 2 numbers? The 2 numbers must be of the same sign because only the same sign will multiply to give plus. And the 2 numbers must be minus because we have minus here. So which means you are going to put minus and minus. Okay? So the 2 numbers here must give us 9 and 4. So 9 and 4. If you check it, you see that we are right. Minus 9 minus 4 is minus 13. And minus 9 times minus 4 is plus 36. We are now going to equate each of these numbers. We equate each of them to 0, which means we have x minus 9 equal to 0. This will give x to be 0 plus 9, which means our x is equals to 9. That is for the first one. Then for the second one, we have x minus 4 equal to 0. So this gives x is equal to 0 plus 4, which means that our x is equals to 4. So the implication of this is that we now have to write that x is equals to 9 and 4. Okay, this is the solution to this question. I do hope it's well understood. Don't forget to leave a like, and you can share the video as well. And above all, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because we are going to keep churning in more and more valuable content of this nature, both in physics, mathematics, and chemistry as we move on. So I do hope you got value in this video. Do well to subscribe if you haven't. I will see you in my next tutorial. And for now, goodbye.